when the city goes quiet, when the lights begin to fade, and most people finally fall asleep. Some people wake up, not because they want to escape life, but because this is the only time they can finally feel it. The night doesn't ask questions, it doesn't judge, it simply exists and allows you to breathe. He's not famous, not rich, not broken either. He's just a man in his 40s, a man who did what he was supposed to do, worked hard, showed up, stayed silent when life became heavy. During the day, he blends in, another face in the crowd, another man with responsibilities on his shoulders. But when the sun disappears, so does the mask. People think silence means peace, but silence can be loud. It carries regrets, unspoken dreams, moments that never happened. He doesn't complain. He doesn't explain himself. He simply walks, letting the noise of the city drown the noise inside his head. There was a time when he dreamed freely, when life felt open, possible. But dreams don't always survive responsibility. Bills, expectations, roles, all slowly replacing passion. Not because he failed, but because life asked him to be strong instead of happy. And strength comes at a cost. At night, no one asks who you are. No one measures your success. No one reminds you of what you didn't become. The night doesn't demand answers. It listens. Under neon lights and empty streets, he can finally exist without performing. No titles, no pressure, just presence. People often misunderstand men like him. They think he's lost, lonely, running away. But the truth is simpler. He's reconnecting with the part of himself that got buried under expectations, with the version that once believed life was more than survival. Not everyone who walks alone is broken. Some are healing in silence. So if one night you see a man walking alone, hands in his pockets, eyes reflecting city lights, don't judge him. He's not chasing chaos. He's not escaping responsibility. He's just breathing for the first time in a long time, because sometimes the night isn't darkness, it's clarity. And for some people, it's the only place where they truly feel alive. The city at night doesn't hide people like him. It reflects them in every window, every shadow, every quiet corner. There's a version of him staring back, older, wiser, still standing. The city doesn't pretend to care, and somehow that honesty feels comforting, because for once, he doesn't have to impress anyone, not even himself. There are things he never said, words he swallowed to keep the peace, dreams he postponed until someday became never. Not because he was weak, but because he chose stability over desire, responsibility over risk. And most days, he tells himself that was the right choice. But at night, the questions return. Quietly, he watches people pass by, young faces chasing something they can't name, older ones pretending they already found it, couples laughing, strangers arguing, someone crying alone at a bus stop, and he realizes something. Everyone is carrying something invisible. Some just hide it better in daylight. Time didn't break him. It shaped him. Every disappointment added weight. Every sacrifice added silence. But also perspective. He no longer needs to be loud to feel real. No longer needs approval to feel worthy. The night taught him that. He doesn't walk to get lost. He walks to remember. The rhythm of his steps grounds him. The city noise steadies his thoughts. Each street feels familiar, even when he's never been there before. Because this walk isn't about the destination, it's about being present. Loneliness isn't the absence of people, it's the absence of understanding. And somehow, the night understands him better than most humans ever did. It doesn't rush him, doesn't interrupt, doesn't offer solutions. It lets him feel exactly what he feels. Nothing more, nothing less. He accepted that life won't rewind, that some doors stay closed forever. But he also accepted something else. That meaning doesn't disappear with age. It just changes shape. And maybe happiness isn't fireworks anymore. Maybe it's quiet moments like this. He stops walking, takes a deep breath, not because he's overwhelmed, but because he finally can. The city hums around him. Lights flicker. Cars pass. And for a brief moment, everything feels enough. Maybe you recognize him. Maybe you've walked like this before. Or maybe you haven't yet. But one day, you might. And when you do, remember this. You're not late. You're not broken. You're not invisible. You're just becoming aware. Life doesn't always reward effort. It doesn't always honor sacrifice. But it always leaves space for awareness. And awareness is where healing begins. Not loudly, not dramatically, but honestly. He puts his hands back in his pockets, looks ahead. There's no rush to be anywhere else, because tonight, this is enough. The city knows him. The night holds him. And for the first time in a long time, he feels aligned with himself. So if you ever see a man walking alone at night, don't assume he's lost. He might be thinking, remembering, letting go. Or maybe he's finally listening to himself, because the night isn't an escape. It's a conversation. And for those who are brave enough to listen, it becomes home.